Okay, welcome back, everybody. Coffee and art and coloring today. We're going to work now in the Mouse Guard coloring book and finish up the page that we started. Which, let me tell y'all this real quick. Okay, so let's go back over here. I got a couple pages done in this book. I want to post. I think I have about. After we finish this, I think I'll have 4 pages done, maybe. So we worked on this, and remember I said I couldn't know what some of this stuff was in the background. Well, one of the girls on YouTube not messaged me, but left a comment and said, go back a couple pages and you see the whole room. So I did. I flipped back a couple pages, and lo and behold, here's the whole room. So this little mouse, he is in this room. Now I just have only got a wash on here. I haven't done any shading or anything like that. I just have a color wash on all the bits here. The kind of purpley gray walls, the wood parts, and the floor, the pedestal, and just got a wash on him with Neo colors. That's what I'm doing in this one. In this particular book, I'm doing the Neo color water-soluble crayon for a wash, and then I'm using the Luminance color pencils, which that reminds me, let me just go ahead and move my Prismacolors from the previous project off of here. And I did put my Luminance in the book, in a binder here. So I got all my Luminance in here. Now I have not made my Luminance color swatch yet. My only complaint with Luminance so far, because they're really awesome, they're expensive. So, I'm only using them on certain color book pages when we color here on color book example, or what do you want to call it, demos. And the Mouse Guard book is going to be one of those. My Mouse Guard book, I'm going to use my Luminance in. But the one thing I have is the writing is like a silvery gold writing, and it's very hard to read on the wood. So until I make my color chart, it's going to be a little hard for me to see. I mean, sometimes when you turn it just right and capture it in the light, you can read the name of the color. So until I chart them, though, then it's hard for me to tell you what colors they are that I'm using. But anyway, I've got them in my binder here. So I put all my Luminance in here. And that's what we're going to be using on the Mouse Guard. So thank you to the person, I can't remember right off the top of my head who's the one that said, let me get rid of some of these pencil shavings. Who's the one that said to flip back a couple pages? And yeah, I try to be organized, guys. Yeah, I love to organize. Hubster's always teasing me when I say I gotta go organize my art space. He goes, "Oh yeah, you need to organize." Because it's so organized. It's full, but it's organized. But anyway, I like organizing. The Neo Color 2, I don't know. I think I don't know, Pat. The Neo Color 2, she's asking if they're water or oil based. They're water soluble. So that's all I can tell you, Pat. They're water soluble. Eileen, I printed their color chart with the names and printed it out on label. Oh, good idea. So Eileen, that's what I need to do. I gotta go print. That's the easiest thing to go print out the chart. Eileen said she printed out the Luminance chart with the names and printed, and then printed it on label paper and put them on the pencils. I don't know if I'd want to put them on the pencil, but I will put them like behind the pencil. I don't know if I want to stick them on the pencil. Things on pencil, like, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to do that. But that's a great idea, Eileen. An awesome idea. Because they are very hard to read, guys. Very hard to read. Yeah, I don't have that insert from my Neo 2s anymore. I'm sure any flyers or papers that came with it are long gone. I've had my Neo colors for a couple of years. They don't wear down very easily, guys. Seriously. They'll last you a long, long time. All right, so anyway, so now I know what's going on in the room behind the page we're coloring. Okay? Now I've already kind of colored this a tan color where I'm going to color it kind of a blue color. Of course, I can just go back over it. We got the bulk of this done already, and I am going to zoom in one more. We got the bulk of this done, but I want to finish him, and then I will show you what else I've colored in the book. And then I'll probably post these on my color book, Instagram, you know, everywhere. The Neo 2s are wax. Okay, thanks, Laura. Yeah. I just know they're water soluble. And the Neo 1s are just wax crayons. They're not water soluble. So if you ever want a water soluble crayon, the Neo Color 2 are the water soluble ones. So make sure y'all know that, because we've had people buy Neo Color 1s and they're not water soluble, guys. So okay, thanks, Laura. Laura read the insert on the Neo Color 2s. Thank you. Yeah, Laura likes her pencils organized too. She has her pencils in cases as well. So this case right here, the black case, I have my luminance in here, and then in the blue case I have my water. I'll show you that right here. The blue case, and they see how the strap on it and that shoulders everywhere. In the blue one, I have my ink tints and my water brush, Real Color Zig Kuretake water brush markers. Thank you, Eileen. In here, and then the rest of the ink tints here. So I got my green ink tints, my green brush markers. Then on this side, I have the rest of the ink tints here, and then in the middle, this is all my water brush and water pencil case in here. Now that's not my Neo colors though. Okay, so let's get back to Mouse Guard. Oh, you have a link for the charts. Oh, okay. Okay, Terry, would you post that to me in Twitter after a while when you get a minute? Because I can't go to it here. I don't want to lose you guys. All right, so again, I have a piece of cardstock here that I'm going to put behind it just to make sure that nothing, you know, goes through. Not that it's going through, but also when you're using pencils. Now the luminants are very soft, very creamy. Creamy is the word I would use for the luminants, creamy. So there's hardly any pressure being put on the paper with the luminants, so it's not really denting the backside. But you do want to be careful when you have a double-sided page like this, that you have something between, not just to make sure that your mediums don't go through, but that you're not denting the page, the next page. You don't want this to dent, right? So, and it is a little buckly, just a little buckly from the Neo Color to water soluble, because it's water, right? We did a watercolor, Neo Color to water wash when we put that base coat down. All right, so now we're going to go in. I will zoom in. I'm going to move my pencils over here close to me now that I have cleaned off. And to sharpen the luminance, I use the big, thanks Terry, I just saw you put that. The bigger hole on a double pencil sharpener. This one right here, it makes the sharpening. Let me sharpen here. Let me take the white here. I'll show you what it looks like when it's sharpened in. Oh, I got something stuck in there, I think. Oh, something stuck in there from the other pencils. I think so. There we go. And they get a nice sharp point, but see, it's the, oh, hang on guys, work with it. See, it sharpens the blunter point. See how it's blunter? It's hard to see with the wood, guys, because the wood is the same color as the casing, so, but it is stubbier. It's stubbier. I'm so used to Prismacolor, Vicki, it's going to take me a while to really say what I've noticed is different, other than they're creamier. Okay, they're creamier. I've not done a portrait with them yet, so I can't say on my portraits what I think about them yet. Oh my gosh, the lighting, good Lord. Let's see. Let me get something dark again. Hang on, guys. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, so I think that's all the questions I have right now. Okay, so we're going to continue on. I'm going to zoom in a little. That's probably enough. Let's refocus. So I can get them focused. Hang on, guys. Let's get it all settled in again. I should have done this when I was zooming. Okay. Okay, let's see how that's working for us. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go in here now with some little hairs. So I'm going to take, again, I'll try to tell you the colors if I can read them because they're so light, and they're also, they're this way. The names of the pencils are, if you hold it this way, they're horizontal. And so I've got to really kind of, okay, this one is Payne's Gray 80%, I think. Payne's Gray 80%. It's a darker blue gray. And what I want to do, oh my gosh. I don't know, guys. My lighting, it just drives me crazy. Seriously. Even with the light lock. Oh, hang on. One of these days, guys. One of these days. I've got the two best Logitech cameras. Can't light lock either one. All right, so now I'm going to go with go with the Payne's Gray. And what I want to do is flick in little hairs. Hopefully you can see this. And some of the areas where it's real light, I'll probably get a lighter gray out. And I'm going to kind of space them out. I want it to look like real hairs. Can you see that? Carrie sent me a Logitech download thing. It won't download, Carrie. And then when I go and ask about it, it says, sorry, we don't have software for that camera. I know they do, but it won't download. So either they remove the download and still have the download button there. I'll have to fill out a, tech form and all that. Haven't had a chance to do that, but no. So yes, Carrie, I found the link, went to it. It will not download. So yeah, I don't know. I wonder if you took a little sponge with permanent ink pad. Okay, let's see what Vicky's saying. I wonder if you took a little sponge with permanent ink pad and brushed over the lettering. If the lettering is indented, the ink might go into the indent. You mean like if it dented on the back page? I'm not following you, Vicky. Sorry. No, I don't, Laura. Do you? Sorry. Don't have any Pablos. Don't have any Pablos, Laura. Feel free to tell us if you know. I know, I love mouse fur. That's so cute, right? So I'm just kind of taking my time and just kind of flicking in, but they are very creamy, and the point will get a little dull, but it seems like you just don't have to sharpen them as much. Don't have to sharpen it as much. The lettering, the lettering on the pencils. They don't feel raised at all. It's not raised at all, Vicky. I don't know if you so Vicky suggested like if you took an ink pad and kind of smeared the ink on it, if it would resist the name. I'm not so sure because the pencil itself is coated, Vicky. the pencil itself is shiny. So I'm not sure that that would matter. I guess I could try it. But that's my only thing about these that negative that I could say about it is they're hard to read. The gold lettering on a brown pencil. Right, right. It's not indented though. If it is indented, you can. I think what they did is they put the name and then they coated the pencil. So the pencil has a coat over it on top of the writing. So I don't even really know that it's indented. It doesn't feel like I can feel an indent. So, can y'all see that? Do I need to zoom in again? Right, I got you, Vicky. I know there's a lag. I know there's a lag. By the time I comment, y'all see it like 30 seconds later because of the lag. Yeah. If they are engraved, Vicky, I think the shine. Now I can feel it on here. I can feel on the word, but up here I don't really feel it unless it's just so tiny you can't feel the indentation. I'll just make a color chart that matches with the way I have them laid out in the case. You know, I can even just put them right down here at the bottom. You know, put the chart along the bottom, and then I'll see it. Right? I'll just see the chart, so when I pick out a pencil, I can see the color and the number on there. Bye, Zandra. Thanks. Yeah, they're not over 50 eyeball. I mean, even with, I do have my, of course, Jean's always going, just use the mag light on your phone. But I do have a magnifying, here it is. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull that out here so we can use it. All right, so let's see here. I think I got this one right, though. Oh, I need to clean it. Hang on, guys. My magnifying glass is dirty. It's got paint splatters on it. I don't think that would help. Yeah, they could have made them in black and not gold, exactly. Okay, so, and even with that, guys, I'm going to have to get the light just right. Because they're magnifying it, but it's still shiny. Yeah, that's not helping at all, really. It's not that it's too small, it's too light. And the magnifying glass doesn't make it darker. But I am liking the pencils themselves. Like I said, they're very creamy. So, and I got them for Christmas, guys. So, and Eileen had gifted me a set of 12 maybe a couple years ago, a year and a half, a couple years ago. But I couldn't really work with them that much because, 12 colors. I used them occasionally, but I couldn't really use them in my portraits. And I haven't tried these yet in my portraits. But I really like them. But they're not cheap. They're not cheap. So can you see the little fur lines? I'm just kind of flicking in some fur. And then here where I want to keep some light, I'm just going to put less of them. Kind of like his fur's got some highlights there. It took you forever to read that. I know, right, Eileen? It's not. Again, it's not that they're small. It's just that it's light. But back to the creaminess. They're very creamy. I need to do a blend chart too, where I blend some things together and test out which colors blend, and what I'm liking, especially for portraits. I'm going to have to get used to, because with Prismacolor, I can pick up a pencil, and I don't look at the names on the Prismacolors unless somebody asks me, because I go by the color. It doesn't matter to me what it's called, unless I have to replace it or something, right? Or somebody asks me. I just look at the colors. I look at the face. I know what colors of shades of gray, blue, yellow, browns that I need, and I just pick them out. And so that's how used to them I'm used to them, is what I'm saying. I've used them for so many years. I just pick out what I need. But I'm not used to the luminance on portraits. So I'll have to, you know, I am working on a picture of Boo and her best friend. So we'll see. You can see the fur lines. I know. It's so, I like it. And I'm just kind of keep building it up. You can get in there with some lighter ones too, but I think this is adequate. You know, I think just this one shade of brown with the lighter washes of the other grays underneath, you know, kind of, it's enough. A blend chart would be nice of those. Yeah, well, you know, and I do have the color chart book, this one here, with, and I showed this last week. It's got, you know, lots of places to blend colors, blank charts, item charts. And it's got faces, nature, hair, clothes, eyes. So I will practice on these, especially with the luminance, and when I do Copics too, which that will probably be in February. I'll probably make a separate one for Copics. We are enablers, Barb. Okay, so let's see. Now I'm going to go in with the pinks. And let's see what kind of a... I've got a light, you know, the wash of pink on there. So let's go ahead and get out pink and probably something in a lighter red. I was going to say, let me see what name it is. I can't see it. All right. Let me slowly... Permanent red. Okay, permanent red. And then I think this is just probably just pink. No, it says something else. And I don't know. And I can't read it. Sorry. I can't. So it starts with an A. The longer words are harder to read because they glare easier. All right. All right. So now, I'm going to go with the kind of red and just add just a touch. I just want a little tiny touch of the permanent red in some of the shadows, just to make his little ears darker in there. But I want to keep the pink of the ears. Hey, Carol Renee. I want to keep the pink. And then I'm going to go over it with the light, you know, the pink. And then just kind of blend. They're just so creamy. They feel so creamy. But again, the true test for me will be portraits. If there's enough colors, enough variation to shade and blend and all that. So inside his ears, and the same thing with his hands and feet. They're pink. I don't see his tail shown anywhere there, but so his little, just get in some of the little shadows, and very light. It's like with any pencil, light. Add a rose, maybe add a rose. Maybe that's what it is. Let's see. No. Seriously, guys, it's a tough one. No. Anthra something. I can't. Sorry, guys. But it's like with any pencil, you want... I'm barely touching. I mean, if you could see how lightly I'm touching this, you would think, is it even putting anything down? That is how... I mean, I'm like... I could almost just go like this and color it. That's how light. I'm serious. You just barely touch it. And because we have the Neocolor wash already down, it gave it the tooth as well. I don't know, Eileen. I can't read it. So I'll have to make the charts like we talked about. So can you see just that little bit? Do I need to zoom in, guys? Let's see. Maybe I need to click in one more, because it does want to keep flashing out. Good grief. Alrighty. Let's see. This autofocus, right light. Let's try this again. Now it's not focused. Alrighty. Is that any better? There we go. Alright, so just get a little bit of the permanent red very, very lightly because I just want a little bit darker shade than the pink is. And then I'm going to go in there and just kind of blend out that. And then I'll go over it with some white to kind of feather it out. Hey Jenna, who else is popping in? Thanks for being here, guys. So I'm just going to kind of add a little white. And the other thing is the blender. It comes with a blender, and you know I'm not one to use a blender with Prismacolor, and I snapped my blender in half, so let me sharpen it. I have the other half here somewhere. Where's the other half? Ah, here it is. Let me sharpen it. I'm just thinking it's probably just the same stuff that the pencil's made out of, but with no pigment in it. So I haven't really played with, I don't use blenders with Prismacolor. So we'll see kind of how it kind of blends with this blender. I mean, I don't know. For me, it's like, I don't know. I'm just not a blender gal. I like to blend with pencils. So, you know, I'll have to play more with it, but it does come. And this was a full-length pencil, guys. I snapped it in half. It's real flexible. And so when it was a full-on pencil, it just snapped. But you can sharpen both sides. See, I sharpened both sides here. But I don't know. Let me kind of compare that to just using some white. I don't know. I like blending with pencils much more than with the blender. I'll have to use it more to anthraquinoid. Anthraquinoid pink. Okay, thanks, guys. So, but that's just me. You know, I've just never been one to like blender pencils, blender things. All right, so there. Now you can see the difference between the two hands. And that reminds me, let's do the nose. So I add a little bit of dark to the nose. Go back with the pink. And then a little with the white. Do you like the blender pencil, Eileen? What do you think? Do you like it? And I forgot to ask, is Kathy still here? She uses these, and so I wanted to ask her if she liked the blender pencil. Needs just a little bit more shadow right in the... I pronounced it perfectly. Karen says she always uses the white for blending. I'm trying to, you know, play with it every now and then. I don't know. I can't see that it doesn't work fast enough for me. Whereas the one I can blend with a lighter color, not necessarily white. In this case, I'm using white because I want to go from that dark pink to actually to white. But Carol says she loves her blender. Okay. The Luminance blender. Question. Could you show us how to color a bokeh background in a color? Well, yeah, I guess I could. I mean, bokeh is like those faded out, bubbly looking things, if that's what you're talking about. Like the bokeh, you know, there's I think I'm pronouncing that right. The bokeh filters for photographs. The Derwent 2 blender, not burnisher. Blender, not burnisher. Okay, so Kimmerby likes the Derwent blender pencil. Music likes hers. Jean likes hers. And Jean likes the Derwent one. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it, just depends what you get used to, or I think that's part of the sleeve, actually. Let me see. I don't want that to be the dark pink if that's the sleeve. Where's my... Let's just see. Let's see how it erases. There's just nothing left on that eraser. Let's see. Do I have a... Hang on. I haven't tried to erase yet either. I haven't tried to erase the luminance. Let me find... here we go. Y'all know for Prismacolor, my favorite eraser in Prismacolor is the Ticonderoga Black. The black eraser. My favorite for erasing Prismacolor. But I haven't tried to learn... I haven't tried to erase anything with the luminance. Yeah, it does. It erases well. Now, it doesn't go back to... Well, of course, this has got paint on it, so of course it's not going to go back to white. But let's do a little test here. Now, this is a cream color paper, but let's still go ahead. I'm going to press kind of hard here, and I'm going to kind of feather it out. And let's just see how well it erases. I don't ever expect a color pencil to erase 100%. But I found for Prismacolor, the black erasers work the best. So let's just see. It's working pretty well. It's still a little stained, but I'm thinking it's going to work pretty well for that too. Of course, where I bear down the worst right there. It's, you're never going to get back to pure paper. But if you're doing light layers like you're supposed to be doing, the light layers almost go back to, right? So yeah, let's put that back under there on the clean side. So that's good to know. All right, let's get back to... I'm just taking my time. I love this Mouse Guard book. I love the whole idea of it. The storyline, the characters, the woodcut printed look of it. I like everything about Mouse Guard. So just kind of do a little bit there. Again, this is going to be the sleeve, and I have that kind of a purpley color, so yeah. Well, there you go. There, Taps just said something about, it's already scrolled off, about somebody's got a bokeh background on YouTube. So just put a search for bokeh background, color pencil, or whatever. Yeah, there you go. All right, so just blend that a little bit. All right, so we got his nose and his hands. Now let's go down here to his feet. All right, so I'm going to go around his little toenails here and the bottom of his feet. Shadow a little bit. It's very, I'm not 100% zoomed in, but I think I'm zoomed in pretty well. Hopefully you guys can see. It's always tricky. Tricky business, as Paula says. And I'm so not bearing down, guys. I wish you could just feel how lightly I'm penciling here. It's such a light touch. I can't even describe how light of a touch. Okay. It's just so much better to go lots of layers. Like instead of bearing down right there, just go like over it, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just I can't even tell you how many layers because I'm just coloring. But do light touch and light layers. You'll be able to blend so much if you just barely, just go shh, shh, shh to yourself. Shh. That's what I do sometimes. I just go like that. For me, that means like, shh, quiet, take your time, go easy. Okay, now we'll go with the pink. Come over here and do the pink on here. Links are open. Y'all are welcome to share anything you want. Well, no porn, but other than that, you can share websites, blogs, YouTube channels, anything you want. Don't spam us now. I mean, you know, put it in there once or something. Don't put it in there every 15 minutes. Use common sense. Y'all, I don't need to tell y'all that. Okay. So I'm just kind of blending that now. Not really needing to do much blending with the white. I pretty much did a good job blending with just the pink. But just to get used to them, I'm going to try to do as many things as I can because I want to use these. I want to use these so much. But I'm not going to use them in every color book page because for one thing, I understand not everybody has them or can afford them. I couldn't afford them until I got them for Christmas. So, you know what I mean? So I want to keep using, I'm going to add a little bit more red here. I'm going to keep using Prismacolor for most of the color book pages that we do, but I'll relegate the luminance to a couple of things like my mouse guard. Maybe, you know, find one other thing that I'll use them for, but I'm still going to color with Prismacolors for you guys, you know, because that's what people can afford. And I want y'all to color along. I don't want y'all to feel like, oh, I can't color because I don't have luminance. No, we're not going to do that. All right. So, and I got his little leather, little strap things done. All right, now I'm going to work on the leather that's wrapped around his axe. See the axe right there? Let me go ahead and do a little bit of, let's do a little axe work. I want to do a little shading on the axe here. And I'm just going to go back to that same dark gray, a Payne's Gray 80, it's either 60 or 80%. Same gray. And the story of the mouse guard, that each mouse, the main ones, the main characters, have their own color. There's a red, like a red fox color one. Well, I shouldn't say fox and mouse in the same sentence, but that reddish brown sienna fur. There's a gray one. There's a tan brown one. And they have the different names, so you can recognize them by their color right off in the books. That being said, I am not trying to color them according to the story. Okay? I'm coloring them whatever color I want. We might have a purple mouse. We might have a, you know, who knows. I just want to kind of clarify that. I want a few little stray hairs, like especially where it's coming toward the peak of his sides of his face. So I'm not trying to follow the storyline as far as coloring the mice according to the story, you know. I'm just coloring them whatever color I want because I'm the boss of my mouse guard color book. Yeah, Carrie started a blog. She's had a blog for a long time, but she's updated her blog, changed the name. So Carrie, make sure you put the name of your blog in there. And follow I Carrie Love. She's calling herself, it's a dust, how is it, Carrie? Dust Bunny? You'll have to tell me again. Okay, so the little part, the metal parts of the axe itself, and the metal that's holding the axe to the wood handle wrapped with leather. All right, so now let's go with a couple browns for the, I want this to be a darker leather color than this. So I want that to be a darker brown. So I'm going to go with, hang on guys, let's see what I can do here for you. Looks like sepia, but it's very dark brown. Sepia to me is lighter than this. But yes, I have 3. I don't have black axe, I think is what it's called, Karen, but I have all the other ones. I have the 3 other books and his big sketchbook, which I just showed briefly. This one, it's his actual, it's a coffee table size book. I can't even get it under there. It's like, let me measure. I think it's 12 by 12. It's, let's see here. Oh no, it's bigger than that. No, it's a little over. It's a little over 12, maybe 12 and a quarter by 12 and a quarter. It's his actual, it's kind of like his biography, his sketchbook, and all that. Yeah, I'll show. I flipped through it briefly when I showed this, first started this page, I believe, but I haven't given a full coverage yet. So yeah. Okay, so let's go back now. I want to start shading the little leather strap, the braided bit, and I want to keep that in the shadow there where the braid is, because I want to keep that braided look. And right in here too. Probably right up in there. You guys have mail. Mine's always after 4. My mail used to be late. It hasn't come today yet. But that's because of the holiday, you know, so everything's going to be a little later because of the holiday yesterday. No mail yesterday. And so, but they changed their route around. So now I get my mail usually around noon or before. But I don't expect it that early after a holiday. Can y'all see the difference between that and that? I think you can. I like it when it comes early. Sometimes I like, we get happy mail during the show, and then I can show it while we're still online. But I don't really expect it early today. Yeah, icarrylove.blogspot.com. You can find her there, but she changed her name. What is it, what is it, Carrie again? Dust Bunny? Oh, sorry. Can't think of it right off the top of my head. I'm really liking it, and they're so creamy. Creamy and no breakage. Although, like I said, my new Prismacolors haven't broke either. So, the newer set. Alright, so it's kind of... very light layers. But I love the little story of the mouse guard. So, I don't know. It's like one of the old morals of the story kind of stories. You know, they have bravery and courage and, ethics. So. Dust Bunny Corner, DBC. Carrie, it's DBC, Dust Bunny Corner. I forgot the corner part. Yeah, Dust Bunny Corner. Carrie. I can't wait for you to move, Terry, and settle in. Terry Trouble, she's moving. And what now? Are you down to the 2-week countdown or a week countdown? Terry, it's either 1 or 2 weeks now till Terry's moving. She's been packing up with her bum shoulder. Silly girl. So what's everybody y'all want to y'all want to say what you're coloring in? What you're coloring in? Okay, so now I think I'm going to get a tan color. Let's see, what's this one? And again, I'm not used to any of these colors, right? Now this is oh Lord, burnt sienna 10%. So it's like a tan color. It's almost has a purple tinge to it almost. 6 days. Oh my gosh, Terry, 6 days. Can y'all even tell I'm coloring there? I'm just kind of blending. I'm using this to blend. And again, I just picked it because that looked like the color I needed. You know, I'm going to have to get used to the colors because I'm so used to Prismacolor. Julie Topaz is coloring in Midnight Garden. Laura is Imagimorphia. Vicky is an Angie Grace. Surprise, surprise. Yeah. That's Vicky's favorite. Terry, everything's an hour away for decent shopping anyway. Muse is coloring in Discworld. Muse is also coloring in Magical City. Yi is coloring in Geometric by Vision Street Publishing. Terry is 6 days, and here I sit watching Dede color. Ranj is in Magical Christmas. Kingor is coloring canvas using Neo 2s. Oh, Kingor, we need pictures. Carol Renee is in JB Johanna Basford Christmas. She's calling it JB Christmas. We're some coloring fools, aren't we? Some coloring fools. Anonymous is coloring in the Day of the Dead coloring books. Carol Renee started Lifebook 2017. Is there a color book page in that? Will you? They'll have us if they do. That's a class for those of y'all that know Lifebook. Let's see. Vicki S. is coloring in Doodlers Anonymous. The Fox on a Bike. I love that. Was the very first page I think I colored. The Fox on the Bike was the first page I colored in Doodlers, Vicki. And I put a little bubble above his head. No, wait, was that the one? No, that was the second page I colored. The first one was the one, the fox just standing there, not the one on the bicycle. I think it's a fox. Karen is in the Polish Dreamland. I can't pronounce that. I know it's Polish. Dreamlands. Kingor said it's slow going with the Neo color. But I bet it looks cool on a canvas. Bunny is coloring in Bennett Klein. Harry Potter, both with Derwent pastel pencils. Yeah, I caught a minute of that. I think it looks cool to color with pastels. Personally, I don't like the dryness of it. I just don't like dry. I don't like the feel of chalk. That's just me. And I know you're using pastel pencils, but for me, I just don't like the feel of it. It's giving me goosebumps just talking about it. Kimmer B is in Imagimorphia, Mixed Media. Carrie Ann is in Lost Ocean. It will be finished this year. Oh, the whole book. Well, your whole book will be finished, Carrie Ann? Bloomcrafter is in Anamorphia. Jenna is in Beautiful Creatures and Birdtopia. Ooh, Birdtopia. That one sounds good. I don't think I know Birdtopia. I know Beautiful Creatures. I don't know Birdtopia. Awesome. Tammy is in Bennett Klein book 4. Carol Renee she really wants the Colin Thompson book. Yeah, I'm working in it. I'm working in the Colin Thompson um, book. I've done bookshelves in a couple pages. Grammy is in Mystical Journey. Um, Carrie Ann is doing the whole book. Is her goal this year. Awesome. That's a big accomplishment, Carrie Ann. Taps Ghost Lover is Alice in Wonderland by Fabiana Antonazio. I don't think I've seen that one. Maybe. I can't say I have or haven't. Painterly Painter is working in The Look. I love that book too. So does Jean. Jean's done some awesome work in The Look book. Oh my gosh. Jean is rocking The Look book. Jenna is I found Birdtopia in my local bookstore and it's stunningly beautiful. Elk Ladies in Anamorphia, King Gore, not much info on coloring on canvas. Oh, there's my mailman. They have them at Hobby Lobby and don't want to use permanent markers. Yeah. I would still like to see how you're doing it and what you're doing. She didn't come up to my door, so I don't know if she has any Happy Mail for me. It's in the box. He or she. We have two mail people. Mailman, mail lady. Not much info on okay, I already said that one. Colin Thompson and several others. Suzanne Hale. Oh, there's Terry just posted a link to Birdtopia. It's apparently by Daisy Fletcher. I'm reading through the numbers on the link. Is that on Amazon? I don't see yeah, Amazon. Amazon. Go to Birdtopia, Daisy Fletcher. Joyous Blooms. Jay loves coloring in Joyous Blooms. Yeah, I saw you showed that, didn't you, Jay Love? I saw something about it. Try to remember, guys. I try to keep up. Okay, so I think that's good right there on that. I like that. I don't want to lose the braided look. Okay, yeah, please do, Kingor. All right, so back to some wood. Now I want a different color than this brown and this brown. I want another color, almost want it kind of yellow ochre color in there. Let's see, I'm just looking at the colors. I have no idea what color. I'm just picking out a color. And it is raw sienna, kind of a dark ochre color, because I want this to be a different color of wood. Same thing when I get down here. This is already almost this raw sienna, according to this color. Dark ochre color, I want it to look like oak. And so I think I want this to be oak too, because oak would be sturdy. So if it was a staff, I think oak would be the appropriate wood, wouldn't it? Okay, yeah, Jay Levy. I thought I saw it on Twitter somewhere. Barb got the Romance Country second tale, and she hasn't even looked at it. Hey, Sarah O. BG Beloved Ghost finished the Butterfly in Imagined Morphia finally. Barb, get that book off the shelf, girl, unless you're working on something else. Barb W. Bunny is working on Northward. Oh, she's. Is that the name? Is that where you are, Bunny, or is that the name of the book? She's in UK. I think she's posting where she lives. Okay, so now I want a little bit, even a darker color of. Let's see, one of these two, probably this one. I'm imagining to go with my oak wood here. This is brown ochre, I think. I'm doing pretty good on reading it. So I'd see how I want to kind of shade the oak. This would be the light color that I'm using for the oak color. And there's the darker. So I want to do these. I want to finish this today, guys. I want to finish this one today. And I'll show you the other couple ones. I'm working on one, and I think I have 2 other ones finished. Maybe 3. And I'm going to post them all together. And again, light touch. I'm not smashing down. I'm not bearing down. Keeping it very light. Hey, Sherry, what'd she say? Sherry forgot the S in Sherry. Hey, Darken Lady. Did you see where I need your address? I hope you got my email earlier. I haven't, of course, obviously, I haven't checked my mail since I've been here. I told Hubster I need to get out of the house. I need to get out of the house maybe tonight. What day's Wednesday? At least by tomorrow. I don't think I've been out of the house in a week. What day was it I went to? I'm trying to remember. Oh, we went to Books a Million the day after Christmas. Is it the 26th? Or was it the 27th? Anyway, it was the day or the day after Christmas. One of those 2 days. Books a Million. Yeah. I mean Barnes & Noble. Sorry, Barnes & Noble. Went to Barnes & Noble, so I haven't been out of the house since then, other than to go check the mail. It's time to get out. No, Bunny, I haven't checked my mail. Well, I don't check my mail. Oh, you mean outside? No, I haven't left yet. He just came. He literally just drove up just now. Okay, if you met my email, no, I haven't done that either. Okay. So I'm going to add a little bit of blue-gray to those white little cabinet, what do you call it? The little cabinet labels. This one, it's Payne's Gray 30%. Because I just want to put a touch of a blue-gray, just so it's not a solid white there. Just that little bit. Just that little touch. Your hubby was off for 2 weeks. Yeah, mine was off for a week and a half. And we went to the bookstore. He's gone out. Now, he's gone out a few times. He's gone to the grocery store. He's gone to Walmart. He's gone. Yeah, he went out quite a bit, actually. He just went without me. I've been working away. Working away. Okay, so I'm kind of like, I think that's enough. Now I'm going to go down here on the floor where I use, if remember we went back here to this page that I've just got washed in. This page. And it's very pale, especially, but anyway, it's gray with a olive green pattern design on it. And here's a close-up of it. So I want it gray with olive, a light olive and a dark olive for the design. All right, so let's go and see what we can find in the greens. So let's pick a couple out here. I think I'll go with these two and see what we can do here. See if the light will strike it just right. So the lighter olive here is green ochre. And you can probably see a difference right there. And then the darker green is something brown. I want to say live brown, but I know that's not it. I can't see it. Something brown. I want to say live brown, but that's not it. And I guess that's the Swedish version, the Swiss version. I don't know what the other language that's on here. The Caran d'Ache are Swiss, isn't so? I don't know. I don't know what language they put on it. Anyway, I've not researched it. Those mouse feet look kind of creepy. Sorry, guys, I froze for just a second. Hang on. Hang on, unfreeze there, come on. Waiting, waiting. I'm froze up, guys. It's froze me up. Hang on, maybe it'll come back in a second. I'm going to give it a minute, otherwise I'm going to have to reboot. You're going to have to reboot. Can you still hear me? I can't, chat's not moving, guys. I'm completely froze up. All right, I think I'm going to have to leave and come back. Let me tell Carrie or somebody on Twitter in case. All right, hang on, guys. Oh, there it goes. Okay, unfroze. I think I just need to reboot, so everything's slowed me. If I get an incoming mail, there we go. All right, let's do a test here. All right. Sorry, could you hear me when I said I was froze? Were you able to hear me when I said that? Okay. All right, so now I'm going to go with the, again, the two olive green, brown, grayish colors. All right, so I'm just going to add a little bit of, I think you can see that. It's just little touches like that. There's only like two designs are only showing. And then I want the gray again. Do I want this gray? I want a lighter gray. Let's go with, no, that one's going to be too light. Could get enough. I've got lots of grays, which I love. I love grays. All right, let's see what this gray is. How much different? No, that's going to be too light as well. Want something a little in between. I think the next one might be darker. Ah, here we go. Maybe this one. Let's do a little test. Yeah, that'll work. It's kind of all right, let's try this again. Payne's Gray, 30%. Yeah, I didn't freeze for you guys? Okay. All right, it froze for me for just a, usually if I have a lot of incoming mail, it'll freeze for about 10-15 seconds. That was about 30 seconds for me. All right, so a little shadow under his feet there. See how the shadow went between his toes, under his little toes, under the little leather that's sitting on the ground. It's subtle. See? Kind of around that emblem just to kind of make it stand out a little. That little pattern design. Same for around this one. Again, under his little toes. And there would still be a shadow even on that emblem right there from his foot. When there's patterns on something, you can't like ignore that there's still a shadow over it. Like, let me see here, where's my paper? Like if there's, if you got something, a piece of something that's got, you know, let's just say polka dots, okay, whatever. If there's a shadow on there, you can't like, what am I trying to say? You can't, now let's just say that's a pattern. That's not like any kind of raised dots or anything, but just like a piece of fabric. You can't like, you don't want to do this if they're not raised. You don't want to shadow around the pattern. You would shadow it, you would just shade it like this, right over the top of the pattern. If there was a shadow on that fabric, it would be like over the whole thing, not just around it. You know, you wouldn't just have a shadow around a pattern. The shadow would go right over the top of the pattern. All right, so that's what I was trying to show you right here. I'm going right over the pattern with the shading, with the shadow. Okay, then there might be just a tiny bit right under the cloth or the leather here. Depending on where the light is, you might even have shadows from this hanging down. I need a sip of coffee. I sat here and let my coffee go cold. Ugh, yuck. Maybe just a little under the cabinet there. Oops, sorry, off camera. All right, liking that. Again, this has nice big bold lines. All the images here that have big bold lines. So, all right, now let me go back to my dark gray. My darkest gray. I think this is the one I was using for the fur, and come down here in his fur. Let me sharpen. I want a nice sharp point. I know, right, Eileen? Okay, so I'm just going to add some little fur lines. A little shadow under the blade there. A little shading under the hand and under all the little belt here. A little more. And then again, I'm going to just kind of flick in a few more fur, like I did his face. If you have any questions, I can't answer too many about the luminance yet because I haven't used them that much. And again, I haven't used them on a portrait. All right, so now pretty much done all down here. Let's do his little sleeves. And then some of this background cloth or whatever it is in there, I have it kind of a purple color. So let's see what kind of a purpley brown. Let's do a little test. That's too brown. I wanted a little bit more on the purple side. Here we go. Let's see what this is. That's too brown as well. Almost want to have to go with the purple, I guess. This is violet brown. Violet brown. For the sleeves and the clothes underneath the cape. And I'm going to want the lavender, though, to blend. Let's see, I want the darker lavender. So then this is, oh Lord. Manganese violet. And then this one is violet brown for the little clothing. Because he has purple in his blue cape. And well, there's, nothing wrong with any of the pencils that you guys, if you like it and you're using it, it's good. Again, I'm just lightly putting a coat of this purple brown, violet brown. And then I'm going to go back over it with the manganese violet. Yeah. A little bit darker in here. Okay, I think they were, well, I think they're Swiss, they're Swiss. They probably translated it, it's, the best into English maybe that they could. I don't know. I guess it's not a universal color language that they use. Okay, so now I'm going to go in here with white. No, because I don't really want white on that. I'll go back to my light blue. That's what I used before. Just to kind of add a couple little, I'm pretty sure it was a light blue. Just to give a little bit more. I don't want it white. I just want it a little brighter on the cape. Here and there. Whoops. I'm a little carried away on that one. Okay. And then I'm thinking this is some kind of metal. I don't really want gray metal like silver, like the axe, because it's going to blend too much into his fur. This would probably also be silver or brass. So don't know if I want to go with a gel pen. Or just, you know what I think I want to do? I think I'll just probably go with an ochre color to make it look like brass, and then I'm going to put not luminance, Winka Stella. I think I'm going to put Winka Stella over it. So I'm going to keep some areas almost white, like that'll be real shiny. So I'm just going to put a little yellow ochre, and I'm going to do the same thing for here. I'm just going to put a little yellow ochre, and then the Winka Stella on top of it to make it shine. Because I want it to be shiny. And I'm not much one to use any kind of metallic pencils. It's just a little bit more, a little darker here. Just a little, kind of give it a little. And I'll do that at the end, because once you put Winka Stella, although I think it dries pretty quickly, unlike Stickles. Stickles you got to let dry for a while. But I think the Winka Stella, let me just do a little test here. Where's my Winka Stella? And this is the clear Winka Stella, so it goes, whatever color you go over, it's going to show that color. Let me just do a little test on something. Let me get a scrap paper here. Okay, I just did it a little here on the envelope, and I'm just going to let it sit there a second and see if it dries kind of quick. All right, because that's what I want to do, is go over those bits with the shimmer, the shine, to make the metal shine. Okay, so now let's go back here in the background. Let's get a brown color. Let's see, not purple, not purple. Here, let's green brown. And these are supposed to be stained glass windows, and but they're still in a little scene, so I still want to color it a little, even though stained glass, well, there's different stained glass, so they could be very shaded. Uh-oh, Johnny Depp is in the conversation. Gotta watch it when Johnny Depp comes. Thanks, Pat. Pat says he's so cute. Yeah. I just think the mouse guard, the whole storyline, all of it is just awesome. I love the story. I like the morals behind it. I like the art of it. I like his sketchbook. Again, I'm not sure exactly what part this is. It could be a cabinet. It could be one. I think it's another one. It's another one of the stained glass. So I'm just going to kind of randomly put a little bit of something in there. And I could put the Winka Stella over the stained glass too. That's a good idea. Shine up the Winka Stella. Because it's on a stained glass, It would be shimmery. I'm just kind of giving it some kind of indication of something going on back there. Let's get another dark brown here. Because I can see from the picture that this is stained glass, but I don't know which one it is or anything like that. So I'll just give it a little oomph. Can't type. Oh. Trust me, we're typo queens around here. No more so than Jean, but just don't wake her up and tell her I said that. Don't tell her. All right, let's see here. These are supposed to be like pebbles. I'm thinking little pebbles, like a pebble sidewalk or something. Or a sidewalk, street. Alrighty. That looks pretty good. Let's get in here with a little bit of green on that word. There's a word there. Another one right there. I hope I'm staying in. Okay, so let's go back with the pink and the red on this little guy here. Again, I'm going to do his little feet just a little bit. I don't want him to like be so, I don't want him to detract from him. He's in the background of stained glass. So he's not going to have the detail. In my mind, he's not going to have the detail. Where's my pink? Oh, here it is. Okay. And I think I'll have, let's do his little hand. And the little sword. Where's my gray? Here we go. And the armor. I'm awake. You heard. I'm awake, Dede. I heard that. Jean, we were just talking about how you're, coloring in the look book, the look. You need to do some more in that. It's awesome. That's my request, Jean. My request is more in the look book. Okay, and again, kind of a brass color shield there. But this whole thing I'm going to go over with Winkostella. The whole thing. Let me blend his little feet in to make it look like stained glass. Okay, let's go back up here with this little pink ear. A little bit shading in his hand. And then his fur, I want him to be maybe tan color or something. Let's do him. Do I have a tan out here? I thought I did. See, here's all the colors I'm using. All to shade these little mice. Lots of shading. Let's see. This color. What's this color? All right. This color is burnt sienna 50%. I want him to have a little bit more of a brown color. I seem to color at bombs. Oh, Jean, but that lookbook is so, I mean, you've done what, like 2 or 3 or maybe 4 out of it? That I've seen anyway. Maybe you've done more, but you're keeping it hid. So you can see how I just kind of wanted a little bit of fur marks on him. And that's his hat. Let me go back to that gray. Where'd my dark here? No, that's brown. Where'd the dark gray go? Where is it? Here. That sky there. Go in here with a little bit of blue. Again, that's going to be like the stained glass. Same for over here. A little bit more gray up in here. Although those are probably stained glass panels that would be bright. Let's put a little purple in those. Sorry, keep getting off camera there. And then this I really want to be more purple, a bluey purple, because that's how I did it on the other. Let's see here. Let's just add a little light purple with some gray over the top. A blue, I wanted a purple blue, a purpley gray. All right, now a little bit of, but I don't want it to get like interfere with his color in his ears either. Okay, that's good. All right, a little bit more shading in this. Let's go to, where's my blues? This color looks good, kind of a teal color, which would be gray blue. I just want to add a little bit, it's like it's glass, you know, would have like a little bit of variation. And then go over here, the light blue. It would have a little variation in the color. Same for over here. I hope y'all are kind of liking this book, this episode. This keeps, it's about sunny outside. Hang on, guys. Let's see if we can pull it back in a little. There we go. And that, I think, is supposed to be part of the wall, too. So let's go with the purple on that, too. The purple and gray instead of blue. Because I think that's part of the stone wall. And I want to keep that kind of purpley gray. There we go, that's better. He's so darn cute. He is cute, isn't he? All right, now let's go back with the white. And I just want to kind of feather in some of this little guy here. I don't want a lot of detail on him. I don't want him to stand out too much. I want him to look like he's part of the stained glass. Do his little hand there too. All right, his little cape thing. Let's do that red. Let's get in there with some red on this little cape. Just to have it a little, something different color, you know, in the clothing. I don't want him to look like this guy here. Right under the ear. Then a little bit of maybe a brown in there. This might be too dark. Just want a little bit of shading in there. Go back over it with the red. Test my, go over here and feel if my Winkastella's dry. Oh, thanks, guys. He's kind of cute. All right, let me see here. My Winkastella. Yeah, Winkastella's perfectly dry. Oh, I got to do his little legs here. Let me go back in there with the brown. Here. Yeah. His little fur on his legs. Can't forget his little legs down there. I think I want these little stones. Have a little bit more stony. I want the stones to look stony. More shadow under his foot there. I know. I haven't shown y'all the other pages I've done yet, and are working on. Okay, are we done, guys? I think we're done, except for the Winkostella. Okay, I'm gonna move back out a little. Okay, let's move my pencils over. Let's set my pencils on top of the case for now. Now I'm going to take the Winkostella to give it a little shimmer. Okay, and it's the clear. It's the clear. I know it comes in gold, silver. I don't have any other. This is the first one I've ever had. Kelly sent it to me to test, and it's the first one I've ever used. And I've used it quite a bit. I might be getting a little low. And you probably won't see it until I tilt the page. But I'm going to do the stained glass window. And it's a little tricky for me to see too. And over this whole stained glass window here. I'm looking at it from an angle. Let's see if I can get it. I might have to squeeze some out here on the side. Here, there we go. There we go. Get it going here. Let's see. It's hard for me to see. I'm having to look at it as at an angle myself, so I can see it. But I want this whole window to be shimmery. I'm tilting my head every which way so I can make sure I got the whole thing. Okay, I think I got it. Alright, then I want his little brass things here. And the axe metal there. Okay, I'm looking, seeing if I missed anything. Then one more thing I want to do is I want to take either a gel pen or let's just take my white Posca. I want to make sure he's got the little highlight in his eye. That's too much. Back. Oh, too big on that side because his little eye is very tiny and I don't want to get that. There we go. There we go. All right, let me show you that. See if you can see the wink. There we go. See this Winkostella? Oh, I forgot this one. No, did I get that one? I missed something. Oh, I wasn't sure if... Yeah, I'll go ahead and do this part too. Let me just put another... Blend that all together. This too. I think I'll just have that whole thing. Because there's some words right there, so I'm thinking all that is the stained glass window. So let's be consistent. This bit right there I missed. I'm looking at it at an angle so I can see. Did I miss anything else? Okay. All right, so see where it's shiny? Oh, I lost your messages, guys, for the past minute or two. There we go. Hey, Sandy, Chick, anybody else? I was coloring so intently, my chat locked up. Can you see the stained glass window back there shiny? It won't photograph, guys, but, and same thing, let's see if you can see, all right, there you go. You can see it right there. See? And then these little bits, and that. Yeah. So I think I'm going to call this one done. Let me just let it sit for a second. I just don't want to put this wet page on top of it. I love him. It's so cute. And the colors in person are so much more dark and in depth, especially the purple and the blue in the cape. Let me see here. I'm going to get my blue. Let me get my dark purpley blue real quick. And just the tiniest bit more shadow, like right along its face there. And this color is the, what was it, violet? Yeah, violet, that I used last time on here, I'm pretty sure. Just to give it a little bit more shadow on his cape. No, it's not glue. It's not. It's called Winkostella. It's almost like it's just a shimmer. It's not even glitter. I mean, it's shiny. It's got, like, you can almost see tiny flicks of glitter, but it's not anything like, say, what do you call them? Stickles. It's not anything like stickles at all. It's just like a shimmer. I mean, probably the best thing that would probably be closest to it, maybe Twinkling H2O. Like that in a pen. It's probably the closest thing I could say that it is. So I'm just getting a little bit more depth in his cloak here. From part 1. And then after I save this video, I want to do another, I don't know, we'll just do something random, but I want to show my Ketsia miniature studio that she made me. But I want this to be its own video here, so I'll make another one. Alrighty, I think I've gone all around and added enough detail. Cheeky mouse, he needs a pedicure. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to call that one done. And again, if you could see the shimmer in the stained glass. All right, let's see if it's, yeah, it's already dry. There's one little place right there where I think I put a double load on there. Let me just wait one more second, then I'll flip through and show y'all the other pages I've done. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. Let me just put my, I'll just put my paper over here. So let's see here. So this is what the cover looks like. Mouse Guard, coloring book, David Petersen. And again, I have all but one of his storybooks, and I have a sketchbook. His, like, history of his art kind of thing. Okay, and then in the inside cover, you'd have the, I'm not going to do a complete show through because I've already done that. I'm just going to show you the ones I've colored. So here's the inside emblem, and you can see where I've added the Winkostella. See on top of the gold there? That. And then this little bit here I colored, and again, you can see where I went over the gold with the Winkostella. And then there's, I did a couple shades of red and brown to make it look tapestry-like in the red part. Those are feet only Emma could love. Mad Rat Emma. Yes. Good one, Kimberly. Feet only Emma could love. Yes, exactly, Julie Topaz. My mini Ketsia. Yes. And then this one, and again, the sky has Winkostella. See, the sky has Winkostella. So I'll just kind of leave it here for just a second. And I'm going to, I'll post pictures of all of them. Little acorns, oak leaves. Okay. And this one, You might have saw this one halfway done. Let's just leave it there for a second. Now her, I could probably go in and add some little flicks, but I kind of liked her kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, kind of matted, like, you know, I don't know. I just wanted her fur to look a little different. And then this one. And I should probably add some Wink Stella on the armor here, his plated armor. I think I'll do that real quick. I'm going to add some Wink Stella on the metal here. And the little emblem around his neck, which is just gray. The metal on his helmet. And his armor. His chainmail, if you will. I'm trying to tilt my head so I can see where I've added it. Whoops, don't want it on the, there we go. Yeah. So let's see if you can see the shine. See the shine on the axe and on the chainmail. And then his helmet. There, we can really see it on the helmet. Look there. Now I don't want to close this page, right? But, and then the background, I did it kind of almost like it could be rainy or stormy. So I did a real dark blue close up and then kind of feathered it out to almost look like it's in a storm. You see? She's a cook, so she has that short hair. Bad. Yeah. So, yeah, I really wanted this one to have that dark, you know, mysterious, creepy kind of feel to it, right? Because of the skulls and the bones and everything. So, yeah. And then I could do his little leather around his feet. And the leather. You know what? I could almost add just a little bit more brown in his little crossing, you know, the little braid. This one's not really braided. It's more wrapped. But I could see it could use just a touch more brown there. And again, I tried to do his face, you know, with flicks. But I wanted him kind of messy, so I kind of scruffied up. See how I kind of almost scribbled up his fur? Because he's like in battle, right? He's in battle, it's stormy, you know, yeah. So, oh, it's almost, well, it's just a tiny bit damp still. He's a Viking mouse, yeah. And then I did his clothes kind of, you know, any little fur and clothes. And then this is probably supposed to be some kind of a fur, but I did it kind of mossy green, like it could be like a plot of grass or something that he dug up to make him a coat out of. I didn't want to look like he was wearing fur, you know? So I made it like almost like a mossy, grassy thing. And again, you know, the storyline can have one thing. I'm not coloring necessarily, you know, by the storyline. So there's that. And I think other than the one here where I've just done a wash of the book room, library, with the stained glass windows, the same character, you know, the same thing that's going on here. This is like a close-up of this room. So this has not been colored yet. It's just got the wash on it. And I think that's it, guys. That's all I've got done in here so far, which I think that's kind of good. Got 1.5, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, 4.5 pictures done. So yeah. because I really like this book. Really, really like it. All right, guys, so I'm going to stop this video, save it, and then I'll do another separate video with showing you my Ketsia miniature room, miniature studio. So hang on, guys. And if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for being here. And yeah.